Top 5 smash hits, of course, we're coming from. And remember, all this is based off your requests on social media. With the interviews we've had on the show so far and all the other interviews that are going to come, please be a part of the conversation. Send us messages on social media. Anything you want to ask the celebrities, we're here for you. Now, we just came from by Samini. He joins me in the studio. And actually, I just want to say, your song with Kitty, Master Key, is at number 2 on our countdown. Congratulations. And you've been one of the most consistent artists when it comes to requests we check from our social media, our posts.
Oh, is it?
You've been one of the most consistent artists on the countdown, because on Fridays we have a top 10 separate from our top 5, and you're always in there. After all these years in music, Samini, Charlie, honestly, I really just how does it feel to see
the
fans do this?
It feels good to still appeal to the growing numbers that tap into urban Ghanaian entertainment now. So if you find yourself into what's happening today and you find your material being requested for over and over again, it's only a blessing, because it's not easy to still be out there.
Samini, what is the key to longevity? Because even Sarkodie once said, and a lot of people can have a hit song, but staying there is the difficult thing. What's the key? The master key.
The master key would be just staying focused, because one thing is saying to stay focused, another thing is actually staying focused. It's not so easy to be able to stay focused, because there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of ups and downs, there's phases in this industry to stay relevant for long. So there's times where you would have drought, and as an artist, you have to be able to understand the fact that you can't always be the one that has the #1 hit. You have to embrace hits when hits are happening.
Support.
Exactly, so that inspires what you're doing next. And then if you have a spot, definitely your spot is waiting for you to come for it.
As an underground artist, would you advise them to have their own events, organize these, or should the artist wait to be at a certain structure, a certain level, of fame to have their own events?
In this day and age where social media can make you a celebrity overnight, I think if you start your own little hashtag with 1 follower, and that follower knows your hashtag, by the time you have 1 million followers, they will know that hashtag and they will know that's your thing. So regardless of your level, if you feel like you want to gather your fans or your following, if there are 12 people, if there are 100 people, start your thing. Let them come out there. And then after you do that, the material from there, the footage from there goes online, and then the world gets to tap into that. You never know who's going to make your thing trend. You never know what's going to happen at that event where you had 5 people watching, because you're just being you and giving out your all. So say you kill the mic and it's just 5 people watching and there's applause, but the upload on YouTube has 1 million people saying that's the guy. The next minute, and then before you know, you're all over the place.
So it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. I would say start your thing, whether big or small. If you get big and then you finally think, okay, now I think I need a concert, that's fine. If you're coming as a young artist and you've always thought, I need a concert, start it.
Now, another thing I also want to get into is December is a very packed year, for artists, and we have a lot of shows. Do you think artists having the same shows, not in reference to anyone in particular, is a problem? Should we come to an understanding as artists? Because we know, this day you have the biggest event maybe for the past 5 years. Just advice to us young artists coming up in music. Do you think we should respect other dates to some extent?
Well, if you have some connection with an artist and you think that you want to just give them respect by not trying to gate crash their event and host your event at the same date as theirs, then you can think about it. But everybody have their own fan base, and regardless of how big someone is, if you guys are hosting the same, gigs on the same date, your loyal fans will be found where they have to be at. But for industry's sake, for relationship's sake, I think it's only right that if you realize that your fellow artist is having an event on the same day and you've not finished confirming everything else that you're doing, you should think about changing your dates, just so that everybody gets to be able to have a date for themselves, for us all to be able to come support. Because these events, we go and support each other so that everybody's show will be good, so everybody can make ends meet, you know. So when it clashes like that, it becomes difficult for people to really, you know, represent like they should.
Represent like they should. And okay, thank you so much for that advice. But all this has led to the 22nd of December, you know, Saminifest. And I just want to say before we get into that, the after party is here. So please, we're saying it live because we have our house party. And you know, we're doing this to celebrate artists like you because you mean so much to us, you know. It's very interesting. When we have you here and we're asking you these questions, we actually tap into your knowledge and take advice from you. So on that note, thank you very much for everything you do for us, the young guys. But now Saminifest, man, how excited. I mean, when they happened last year, and some fans were angry about it, and that's actually a good thing to some extent because it means they wanted it. Why didn't it happen, and what's going to be happening this year to make up for last year?
I mean, we had done it for a few years, and we thought, take a break, go back on the drawing board. I mean, make it more exciting, make it more international, make it more appealing to people. So we needed one year off, and then also I was recording my album. I wanted to finish the album and then come back with Saminifest and the album. So this year is a triple treat because I'm releasing my album on my birthday and the comeback of Saminifest all happening on my birthday. And it's happening on the 22nd of December and I'm giving you 22 tracks. So it's all just, you know.
Tell us about the album a bit. Some of the features, what's the vibe? Is it more, I don't know, should we say, is there a bit of an Afrobeat element in there, or is it strictly reggae dancehall?
It's a reggae album, and the album vocally is strictly me. I have no features on the album.
So you have a 22-track album with no features. Why Samini? Was this a personal thing?
I just felt you can do it, so why not? You know, and you know, there's artists who necessarily need other artists on their songs to be able to make it happen. And then there's other artists who sometimes don't really need other artists on their.
And Samini is that kind of artist, right?
I'm that kind that don't necessarily need to have an artist on. I think the only song that I featured somebody that made a bang was Time Bomb with Wizkid.
With Wizkid,
But originally, every song that I've tried to put somebody on, that's my song, doesn't really do what I think it would do for me. But when I do my own thing, that's like me. So I know that that's what the fans want from me. So that aside, coming out of Ghana as a reggae artist, I needed to stand out and let them know this is purely Ghanaian reggae coming to the world.
Coming to the world, right?
You know, people like Lucky Dube did it without no collaboration.
I mean,
Alpha Blondie did it without no collaborations. Kojo Entry did it without no collaborations. So collaborations are fine, but when they tend to have potential of slowing down your thing, you just have to keep it moving. Unless, of course, you actually need them. But when you don't need, and it's just for just to tick the box, you can ignore the box for later.
You can ignore the box. So Master Key is definitely not on the album?
No. Master Key is...
How many songs do you record now?
Master Key is Afrobeat.
You
know, so that's just, you know... That's
a vibe, right?
So it's a single. Yeah, so that's just to say I haven't forgotten the Afrobeat side of me, and I'm always going to be doing that for my fans who love that side of me. This is my 7th album, and I promised to do a reggae album. That's why I did that. How am I in this interview and I see one of my favorite young acts in the building? I see Joey B just walking.
Joey B, please come through, man.
You know,
Joey B.
That's one of my favorite young acts, you know.
I tell him all the time, you know, I call him a young legend. Yo, Joey, come through, you know. Live with me, man. Right? This is live on Westside TV, of course, you know. Please tell him something. You know, I tell him all the time, you never believe. Please tell him something.
Talent. You see, rappers, some people they like rap, but they get talent. So I beg you, I just wanted them to know. So if I see with my eye left the camera because they will catch me. Just so they will know. They will know.
I'm going to ask you this question. One thing about you I can say positively is you always supported artists. I don't like to use the word underground, but who are coming out there into the spotlight. Before we get back to your concert, why do you think it's necessary as an artist of your stature to do this when you could just maybe focus on international artists?
I think you should always give people the chance to shine when you have the platform. You know, so I also believe that while you are up and able is when you should do it. You don't wait till you're retired and have a following that it's like almost also retired before you want to start introducing people. You introduce people when the thing is vibrant. You know, so I have my platform, I know that it's active and I know people are watching. So when I hear a talent, what I know is that I'm going to tell my platform, people, this guy is sick. Check him out. So then it's up to this guy to now take that
advantage, right?
And then run off with it. And that's how it's been. So for the likes of Stoneboy Burniton, he took the platform and he ran off with it.
And you're like a proud big brother.
Yeah, I saw the fire early, sizzling. Whatever he's doing, I never taught him any of that. That's what Ghana should know. I never taught him any of that. He's always been sizzling, burning. I just thought, you know, what you have is a platform. Let the world hear people like this. So I said, all right, come through. So that's how it's been.
It's a wonderful thing, right? And we hope you're at his concert. Of course.
Of course. Country, but this December. It's at my concert. I'm
at his concert, man.
It's not a sample. Because I even saw my name on Stoneboy's concert before.
That's love, right? That's
and
love.
he knows he can see his name on my concert before I call his phone.
That's love.
It's like that.
Of course. Now back to this concert, you know, we get excited whenever we're talking about it. It's like one of your babies aside your music. So it's happening at Oxford, I think from Trade Fair. I think last year was at Trade Fair, but now Oxford Street. So tell us about the vibes, Samini, some of the artists. We know you're going to be on stage for the longest time.
So I'm hoping to be on stage myself 10 p.m. Ghana time. 10 p.m. Ghana time. If you're like, you know, coming for Saminifest and you want to be part of the prime time and be, you know, witness my performance, you should be there before 10 p.m. and make sure you catch that, so that people across the world can catch it before they go to bed and all of that. But stage opens from 3 p.m. We're gonna have like 3 different sessions. We have between 3 and 6. We have between 6 and 9, and then we have from 10 to 12 when I'm done, and then, you know, it's from 12 all the way down to 4. So the stage is open till the next morning. Because of time and it being live across the continent, we have to be on stage
very time conscious, right?
To be able to make it across the continent. So it's exciting, and I know that fans have been yearning to see this, and this year becomes a triple treat because, like I said, it's happening on my birthday. I'm releasing the album and it's Saminifest. So guys, Oxford Street, because it's free as well. We did Trade Fair, you know, a few years in a row. We charged money, we saw a huge crowd. This time we're trying to make it free. So I'm looking at maybe top, double or triple the crowd I've been seeing when we charge money. So it's free. Osu Oxford Street, 22nd December, all roads are blocked. And then of course, we are in collaboration with the ministries, so that we are part of what is happening on the Oxford Street, because there's a fair going on already that the state is dealing with. But you know, Saminifest is usually during the Farmers' Day weekend. But this year I wanted to do it on my birthday, and it fell within the festivities of the fair that's happening there. So we married the two.
Everything is aligned, right?
And it's happening. So people come out there, let's support.
And then you said everything. Has been such a great conversation. Rightly so. Is there anything you want to tell your fans, you know, over these years of music, from you to them, Samini?
Well, to the fans out there, thanks for the support over these years. You guys have been there throughout the 6 albums before the 7th. This is the 7th album I promised, and this is purely reggae album. It's coming online on the 22nd of December. From then it's going to be available in all stores for everybody to be able to buy, support the music, share it, let the world know. So respect and thanks, and come out to support. Let's make Saminifest history.
Big salute to you, Samini. Thank you so much for everything you're doing to us, man. Right now, some more music, of course, for us, ITV Music Box. So once again, 22nd of December, Saminifest is happening. And like he said, like I said, you know, the after party is going to be here. You know, our house.
We almost forgot that one. So after everything, after we've done Sweat, right? 22nd, after everything, we're going to be coming to dip in the pool inside the Foresight mansion because we're going to be sweating and
release stress, right?
So yeah, people, if you know the location is coded, we don't want to put out the address, but people know how to find Foresight mansions. Come out here after the show and let's just have a poolside something.
Yeah, let's have a jam right with Samini and a lot of artists right now. Foresight TV Music Box, some more coming up.